going on the air. Hello and good evening, everybody. Welcome to Stuart W. Robertson Memorial Gymnasium on the campus of Roseburg High School, as tonight the Roseburg Indians welcome in the South Medford Panthers for the Southwest Conference opener. It's a beautiful Tuesday night here inside the gymnasium. A little nasty outside, but we are ready to go for some high school hoops for you here on The Score. Tonight, the Roseburg Indians, winners of 5 straight, coming in with a 7-3 overall record, look to begin conference play with a victory. But on the other side, it's the two-time defending conference champs, the South Medford Panthers, who have started out the season 6-6 on the year with a couple of tough losses in their last 2 games. But they come in with a 22-game winning streak in Southwest Conference play. We'll see if they can keep that going here tonight. Looking forward to some high school hoops for you here on The Score, streaming live online at 541radio.com. I'm Joey Kieran. Great to be with you, everybody. Thanks so much for spending a little bit of time with us here on this Tuesday night as we get your evening underway. The Roseburg Indians look to try and defeat the South Medford Panthers for the first time since 2019 and start out Southwest Conference play with a victory and continue that 5-game winning streak. Roseburg's looked good throughout the non-conference portion of their season. We'll see if they were really put to the test and if they've got what it takes to win in conference play here tonight. We'll take a look at the matchup with head coach Jordan Humphreys coming up as we continue on with the pregame show here tonight. So stay tuned for that here after a quick break. Before we take that break, I want to remind everybody tonight's game is streaming live with video online at 541 Radio. Our YouTube channel, search 1490 The Score on YouTube, and you'll find our broadcast streaming there. Hit the subscribe button to follow the broadcast all throughout the season here on The Score. We'll have Roseburg High sports for you throughout the rest of this winter sports season and into the spring sports season as well. So that is the live video stream on YouTube at 1490 The Score and on 541radio.com. It's all presented by the Cow Creek Tribe. We'll take a 2-minute timeout, come back with head coach Jordan Humphreys here on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM at 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
When the first Cascade branch opened in 1948, things were a lot different here. The fact they're still here says a lot about the way they do business.
Staying in business for 75 years requires the cooperation of generations. It's the desire to learn and grow with your community.
My account number is only 5 digits long. What that tells me is that this is a local credit union.
Cascade Community Credit Union would like to thank you for 75 years of growth and support here in Douglas County.
Back here with more of our pregame on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM, streaming with video online at 541radio.com. It's time to start Southwest Conference play, and the Roseburg Indians welcome in the South Medford Panthers tonight for a conference opener. Joining us is Coach Jordan Humphreys. Coach, non-conference portion of the season is always kind of that hope that your team gets tested, your team finds areas that they need to continue to work on before conference play rolls around, and you guys feel like you're in a good spot once this conference season gets underway. How do you feel like the non-conference portion of the season tested your guys and prepared you for what's to come?
Well, yeah, it doesn't matter who we play. I always got lots of stuff we can work on. There's never, as a coach, there's never any shortage of that, and so there's definitely a lot of things we feel like we did well and came together as a team. Obviously, we've won our last, 5, I think. So we're coming together pretty well as a team, and definitely have lots of things to work on. But halfway through the season, I feel pretty good at where we've come so far. As far as testing our team, played some of the top 5A teams, and then obviously that last one against Century was a good one. And, there's a little bit of difference between 5A and 6A as far as the physicality and stuff, but I feel like overall we've been pretty well tested. Obviously tonight's going to be a big test for us with South Medford, always, at least since I've been here, the favorite for our league, and they're still just as powerful and just as good.
If a coach ever answers that question and says, we're perfect, we're good, we're ready to go, I'm going to know that's a coach that hasn't been bought into the season, because every coach says there's still more to work on. You mentioned tonight a tough test in the South Medford squad, and you can only kind of judge a little bit off of the results of what teams have done, and I'm sure you've seen video probably on a lot of the teams in the conference, but how do you kind of feel like the Southwest Conference has looked in non-conference play so far, and what are your kind of impressions of the teams you guys are going to be facing over the next few weeks?
I don't think it matters year to year. I mean, we're always tough in conference. I mean, our conference is always tough. Everybody steps their game up to the next level. Everybody's physical, ready to go. There's no gimmies. There's no easy nights. And you just got to be prepared, because everybody knows, especially when you're on the road, that I think last year we were like 1-4, 1-5 on the road, and 5-1 at home, and so it doesn't matter. You got to be ready to go every night.
How much, I know you've been here now, your 5th season, coaching here at Roseburg. I know that there's a lot of kind of continuity from some of the other coaches around there. How much does that kind of play into just how well you know other coaches, and how well other coaches kind of have started to get to understand kind of how you want to run your program?
Yeah, I mean, just watching film, teams are running the same stuff they've run for 3, 4, 5 years. We kind of do some of the same stuff. Obviously, every coach puts in a few wrinkles here and there. But conveying it to kids is always a tough part, right? I can, watch them and know exactly what they're going to run when we're playing, and I know what they're going to do when they call it out. But how much that information we get to the kids and how much they can absorb and take in is a whole nother story. So, it's always tough. There's a few other coaches in the league that are younger than me, I think, or younger as far as in the league, less time than me. So still getting to know them a little bit. But knowing the style of play to expect is nice going into a week, especially with league when we're coming up on Tuesday, Thursdays, where we'll spend more time preparing for one than the other. Kind of helps just know what to do in practice.
Yeah. You guys start off against South Medford, and I know, like you said, that nobody's easy in conference, but these are the 2-time defending conference champions that have not lost in league for a couple of seasons now. You like the idea of trying to maybe get this one under your belt here early and maybe try to set a tone as you guys get into conference play?
I want to play the best team every night. That's what makes us better, right? It doesn't do. You can get some stuff out of playing, playing lesser opponents, but I'd prefer to play the best opponent every night of the season, because that's going to help us get better. So opening up with them, I think, kind of will tell us, where we really are at. Maybe we're ahead of where we think we are. Maybe we're behind of where we think we are. But it's definitely nice to know right out of the gate where we stand with, the best team so far in conference.
Yeah, and I think we probably would have expected to see a couple of names on their roster this year. They've seen a couple of changes there, but what stood out to you so far about this South Medford team that you've maybe been able to scout a little bit as you get ready for the matchup?
Well, the point guard, Jackson Wieland, he's the best player in our conference. And they added a transfer from Crater, number 11, Ty Dolan, who was Crater's best player last year, averaged 23 a game. And I think probably in those last couple of weeks, they finally just started getting comfortable playing together. But, both offensive, able to score pretty consistently and play solid defense and can play big minutes and do more than just score. They distribute the ball pretty well, and they've played a lot of basketball, so they've got a pretty good basketball IQ.
All right, Coach. Looking forward to it tonight. Thanks for the time.
Thank you.
That is head coach Jordan Humphreys joining us here in the pregame show as we are just about to get this one underway. We'll have a look at your starting lineups when we come back, and then it's the opening tip. Roseburg and South Medford squaring off tonight to open up the Southwest Conference season here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Copy that.
Mountain Mike's, pizza the way it ought to be.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Do I have enough money put away to retire?
Plan for your future with confidence. At Palm Wealth Management, we'll help you see a clear path to financial peace of mind. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.
The Roseburg High School Marching Band providing tonight's national anthem here at Robertson Memorial Gymnasium. It's time now to take a look at our starting lineups for tonight's matchup between your Roseburg Indians and the visiting South Medford Panthers. Let's start off with the visiting Panthers, led by head coach James Whiteman, the returning coach of the year in the Southwest Conference. 6-6 on the season for the Panthers. Leading things off will be a senior guard at 6'1", the reigning player of the year in the Southwest Conference, Jackson Wieland, averaging 23.7 points per game. Ty Dolan is an honorable mention All-Midwestern League selection, a transfer from Crater, comes in averaging 16.7 points per game, a senior 6'5" guard. Another senior at guard, 6'1", Colby Schuldberg, averaging 3.3 points per game. A sophomore forward listed at 6'5", Jed Johnson, averaging 6.8 points per game. And rounding out the starting five will be junior guard, 6'1", Cole Adee. That is your starting five for the visiting South Medford Panthers, who will wear their blue jerseys with South Medford across the front in script. Above and below the numbers on the front of the jerseys in white, numbers in white on the back of the jersey as well. On the other side for the Roseburg Indians, head coach Jordan Humphreys in his 5th year leading the program has the team out to a 7-3 record. They have won their last 5. Starting out tonight for Roseburg will be a senior guard, a first-team All-Southwest Conference selection, Micah Mendoza, averaging 19.4 points per game. Another senior guard, averaging 10.6 points per game, Julian Lopez. A senior playing a guard position, averaging 14 points per game, Asher Vredenberg. And another senior guard, averaging just over 3 points per game, Vincent Ash will get the start tonight, along with junior guard Owen Bentia, second leading scorer on the team. Actually make that third leading scorer on the team with an average of 12.9 points per game. That is a look at the starting lineups here tonight. Roseburg will be in the home whites with the orange numbers on the front and the back. Roseburg across the chest on the front as we get ready for this one to tip off. So we get ready to go. Roseburg will be going left to right on your radio dial here tonight. And on the other side, the South Medford Panthers going right to left. The jump in the middle was Asher Vredenberg against Ty Dullen. And they did not like how things opened up there, so it looks like they'll do it again. Dullen has the advantage, but it is won this time by Asher Vredenberg. And we're underway here in the opening period of tonight's contest. Roseburg trying to snap a 9-game losing streak against South Medford and trying to end a 22-game winning streak in conference for the Panthers. In the middle, nifty wraparound move for Asher Vredenberg. Just falls off the left side of the iron. No good to start out the ball game. Dolan is at 6'5". He's a big guard, but he will handle the basketball. Transferring from Crater last year against Roseburg with Crater, put up 15 points in a non-league matchup a year ago. Out at the top with the basketball, Schuldberg gives it away to Whelan. Whelan averaging 23.7 points a game, teaming up with Dolan, who gets the ball on the baseline, tries to cut through the lane, but gets a whistle to stop play. Picks up the first foul against Roseburg. Penalty goes against Asher Vredenberg for his first foul of the game. Inbound goes out to the top now. Jed Johnson into the corner for Dolan. He drives in, dumps underneath. Too strong off the fingertips of Schuldberg. Turned over back to Roseburg. The South Medford team coming off of a couple of overtime losses, a double overtime loss against West Salem, and then a overtime loss, 71-68 against Central Catholic, ranked number 1 in the latest coaches poll for boys basketball at the 6A level. And a pass to no one in particular by Owen Bentia goes out of bounds. Vincent Ash assumed it was for somebody else because it was not really all that close to him, and he just let it go by and out of bounds into the South Medford bench. Owen Bentia wearing a mask tonight. Heard he broke his nose in the last game against Century for Roseburg. Whelan gets it on the right side. A pump fake, pulls back out. He'll go around a screen, double team. Back to Schuldberg on the right side. Out to the top, Dolan, a 3 off the left iron. No, underneath. It is a fight for the rebound. Out of bounds to Roseburg. Owen Bentia fighting underneath along with Schuldberg, and last touched by the Panthers. Still a scoreless ball game here, a minute and a half into the contest. Full force here tonight as the inbound pass gets tipped out of bounds, intended for Micah Mendoza. We've got the band here tonight for the first time this season. Cheerleaders are here. The student section is filling up over there, and it's a nice crowd of family and friends filling up the rest of Robertson Memorial Gymnasium. Up the floor from left to right for Micah Mendoza. Picks up the dribble at the top, gets it to Lopez right side. Julian's been coming along late. Nice to see for that senior. Bentia gets it to the far side to Mendoza at the left wing. Out to the top to Lopez. Push pass right side to Bentia. He wants to drive, nearly lost the handle. Pass out to the top, and almost a steal by South Medford. Into the corner for a 3 for Micah Mendoza. And Micah will get the scoring started in favor of the Indians. They take a 3-0 lead. Whelan pass it away right side to Schuldberg. Looks for the cutters, not there. Schuldberg dribbles to the top, picks it up. Ball poked away. Whelan, he had possession in the front court, carried into the back court, but they say it got tipped, and they don't call the over and back. A 3 in the far corner answers. Cole Adee will tie it back up. 5:36 and counting here in the first quarter. Dribbling to the right side, Mendoza will fire it to the left side. Lopez gets it. He'll cut baseline. Hand it off to Mendoza in the left corner. They'll reset. Ash gets it at the free throw line. Hands it off to Friedenberg. He got a little off balance. Put up a wild shot. It got blocked. Saved back in bounds for South Medford. Whelan going coast to coast. Lays it in with the left hand. And Jackson Whelan has his first 2 of the night to make it a 5-3 ball game in favor of South. Into the corner. Friedenberg head fake. Drives baseline. Uses the window for 2. And Friedenberg ties us up at 5-all. Things picking up now. The scoring has started. Whelan jump stop, right blocks, kicks out into the corner. A left side 3. That one rims out. Fight underneath. Good box out by Friedenberg, and the rebound pulled down by Lopez. He loses his footing and gives it up. And South will get the ball back. Dolan will bring it across the timeline. 5-5. A deep 3 by Whelan, and he knocks it down. That ball just flushed right through as he hits it from 5 feet behind the arc. Makes it a 3-point ball game for the Panthers. 8-5, 4:18 to go in this first quarter. Lopez, right side, dribbles into the corner. Pass back out. They fired around the perimeter to the far side for Mendoza, and we get a whistle away from the basketball. Substitutions coming in for both sides. Foul goes against Colby Schuldberg. Coming into the game, you'll have Cash Livedall and Carter Mills in for Jed Johnson and Cole D. Roseburg sends in Caden Luther. Driving in from the middle of the lane. The shot spits back out for Mendoza. Tipped out of bounds. It'll go to South Medford. Taking a seat on the bench was Vincent Ash as they make the substitution for the bigger Caden Luther, the junior guard. Everybody technically listed as a guard for Roseburg on the roster. Under the 4-minute mark here in the first quarter, it's a 3-point lead for South Medford. Jackson Whelan shot off the mark. Rebound pulled down by Luther. Roseburg sends it up the floor on the near side. Bentia gets it to Mendoza, gets it back from him, launches a 3. It rims out underneath. The rebound pulled down by Mills. Roseburg will retreat back into the corner. Dolan driving in, lost the handle, but it ricochets off of Lopez out of bounds. It'll stay with the Panthers. 3:31 to go here in the first quarter. Tonight's contest brought to you by our friends at Dr. Alanson Randall, Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. Visit drrandall.com or give them a call at 541-378-6694. Inbound, went to Dolan, went right back to Whelan, and a shot blocked by Mendoza. He'll get it up the floor, gets it to Friedenberg, the left side 3, short. And the rebound comes right down to South Medford. Whelan gets a left corner 3 this time. That's off the mark, short. Rebound tipped underneath, put back no. A third chance for South Medford, and it's Mills who gets it. Mills kept it alive, tipping it to a teammate. Right underneath, the putback was no good by Schuldberg, but Mills there to clean it up again and give South a third chance. They lead by 5. 10-5. Driving left side, too strong for Mendoza. Tipped up, and it'll be last touch by Luther, out of bounds to the Panthers. Roseburg's gone on a cold streak. 5-0 run here for South Medford. 2:48 to go in the opening period. Dribbling left side. Whelan. Step back 3, looks off, hits the back iron underneath. Rebound off of Luther. He couldn't quite collect it and was trying to tiptoe on the baseline. Lost his balance as he was trying to collect the basketball, and he steps on the baseline to give it back to South Medford. They'll lob it out to the top for Mills. Working against Luther, finds the cutter baseline. That's Whelan working against Friedenberg. Jab step, out to the top to Dolan. He'll pass it away. Whelan gets it, tries to step around the defense, whips it into the corner. A 3 off the iron. Friedenberg with the rebound. On the miss there by Mills. Mendoza will pull it out towards the center circle. Roseburg needs to stop the 5-0 run. Lopez gets it. He'll drive in. Jump stop in the lane, and the soft touch for Julian Lopez gets his first points of the night to make it a 3-point game. 2:02 to play. Whelan circles through, weaves back out to the right side. Dolan gives it back to him. Whelan on the right side. Looks for the cutter out to the top. Livedall comes to get it between the circles, straight away at the top. Shot clock down to 20. They give the ball away. Find underneath, and a push-off underneath called against Jackson Whelan. It'll be an offensive. Coming out of the game will be Colby Schuldberg. And into the game, back in comes Jed Johnson. Bentia will angle to the left side. Whelan comes out to pressure. His pass got tipped. It goes right back to Bentia. He cleans up some messy action on the left side of the floor and makes it a 1-point game, 10-9. Dolan spin, pass it away to Livedall on the right wing. Livedall with his dribble will hand it off to Whelan out between the circles, working against Mendoza. Goes right side and whistled for the travel. A minute 16 to go in the opening period, and South Medford gives it back to Roseburg. The Indians with a chance to try and retake the lead. Landon Fanagau will check into the game. Did not play in the matchup against Century last week. As he comes into the contest, gives Julian Lopez a breather. Fanagau gets it right side. Will work to attack against Livedall from the free throw line. Pulls up for the jumper. That was halfway down before the cylinder spits it out. Rebound down to the Panthers, 10-9. South in front. Whelan working one-on-one. Gives it up. Mills at the top. Drives right side. With the right hand, a big scoop shot high off the glass. And it makes it a 3-point game, 12-9. South in front. Mendoza weaving through traffic. Gets absolutely manhandled. Tried to fight through the contact. Shot was blocked out of bounds by Dolan, but not before they whistle South Medford for the penalty. Picking up the foul. Goes against Carter Mills, his first. First free throw for the lefty Mendoza falls through. 41.8 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Micah with 4 points in the contest. A 77% free throw shooter. Looks to make both of them here. And could have been a lane violation if the shot didn't go. It did. So it's a 1-point game. 2 for 2 at the line for Mendoza. 35 seconds. Shot clock still on. About a 6-second difference on the shot clock and game clock. Pass away right side for Mills. They dump it to the elbow for Dolan. He passes it away. Back out to Whelan. And Coach Whiteman doesn't seem to be happy that Dolan didn't try to take the initiative with the basketball. Whelan gets it with shot clock down to 10. Whelan, pump fake left, pass right. It's a 3 from Mills, and he bails them out as Mills has a big first quarter going. He's got 7. Makes it a 4-point game. Roseburg trying to attack, and again, South Medford's going to get whistled as Micah Mendoza tries to push the action and attack the rim. Mendoza will head back to the free throw line with 4.3 seconds to go in the first quarter. While we've got a break in the action, let's go ahead and pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Roseburg basketball on the score. Roseburg gets the first free throw. Makes it a 3-point game. Mendoza gets them both. Mendoza was 7 at the first quarter here. 4 seconds to play. Whelan brings it up on the far sideline. A whistle, and he gets whistled for a travel with 4.4 seconds to go on the clock. And it'll turn it over. Coach Whiteman not happy with that whistle from the far side. And he's going to get teed up. Coach Whiteman's he is fired up. He's got a vein popping out, and he is not happy. I think we've got a technical here to end this first quarter. As it stands right now, it is 15-13. Micah Mendoza is going to come out for the technical free throws. We'll tell you how that goes when we come back. We're going to get in our 60-second timeout here. We'll take a 1-minute break, come back on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
I'm confused by the huge market swings.
Get a better understanding of your finances. At Palm Wealth Management, we care about your priorities and help restore financial security. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Mountain Mike's Pizza, the way it ought to be.
Back here at Roseburg High School, Micah Mendoza hits 1 out of 2 on the technical free throws on the technical foul issued to head coach James Whiteman. Not happy with a travel call just before the end of the first quarter. He was hollering at the official and continued to go as the first quarter came to an end, got teed up, and it makes it a 1-point game. 15-14 our score. Roseburg will have the basketball to start the second quarter. Pass away to Caden Luther on the right elbow. He'll hand it off to Fanigow. And they work it to the far side for Mendoza. Vincent Ash comes to get it. Gets it to Lopez. Had it poked away by Whelan. Harassed out near the midcourt stripe. Dribbles right side. Lopez double team on the near sideline. And touched on the sideline by South Medford. It'll stay with Roseburg. Possession did not change, so it's still 10 seconds on the shot clock. Ash will trigger it inbound to Lopez. 9 seconds to go. Fighting through, and the ball taken away by South Medford, and a whistle on the other side as the shot falls off for Cole Adee. Got the steal, tried to finish, but he will head to the free throw line. It'll be the first foul of the second quarter, and it goes against Julian Lopez for his first. So Adee will head to the free throw line, looking to extend a 1-point lead for the Panthers. First free throws of the night for South Medford. Tonight's game brought to you by Chuck Swarm and Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? Second free throw. Hits the front of the iron, gets a friendly roll, and falls through. Scoreboard reading 17-14, or 18-14. I've got it as 17-14. Pass across the floor. Friedenberg back into the game. Tries to go left side. Put up a wild shot. No. Got a rebound underneath. Did Vincent Ash, but his putback is no good. And it's down. So that's a double dribble there. Tried to pick up the basketball. Carter Mills, then put it back down. They've got the scoreboard at 18-14. South Medford's favor. I think it should be 17-14. There's only the 2 free throws that went in, and it was 15-14 at the end of the first quarter. Mendoza gets it deep in the left block. Had it poked away. Ball saved back in, but it goes to Caden Luther. Roseburg has it, 22 on the shot clock. Mendoza trying to create some space on the left elbow. Puts up a shot. No. Fight underneath for the rebound, pulled away by Whelan. He'll push it up the floor. Had it almost taken away by Bentia. Dribbles to the right blocks, pushes in his shoulder, puts up a shot, no, and Ash is there to get the board. Vincent Ash going to go the other direction. Tries to bank it in, no, and a whistle will stop play. A foul, I believe, on the rebound attempt for Caden Luther. Gets called for the push.
Foul number 33, Caden Luther.
Roseburg putting a little pressure on at half court. South Medford gets it into the front court on the right side for Carter Mills. Lob across the floor into the corner for Dolan. Excuse me, that is not Dolan, that is a D. Get it to the left elbow where Schuldberg puts up his first 2. That makes it 19-14. Hand it off. Drawing it back out is Mendoza, trying to go one-on-one. Finds a wide-open Luther, but he's too strong on the right side. That was a nice play. Good vision there from Mendoza. A three from the right side for South. Too strong. Ash with another board. His third here in the second quarter. Up the floor to Mendoza. Offensive foul. Micah will pick up his first. Ty Dolan will come back into the game. He was held scoreless in the first quarter. Micah picking up his first foul. Whelan will bring it up the floor. South Medford with the lead at 5, matching their largest of the night. Underneath Dolan, and they'll whistle an offensive foul against him. He lost the basketball, barreled into the chest of Micah Mendoza. And for Dolan, that's his third already. He has got 3 in this one in the first half. And with 5:18 to go in the second quarter, he's heading back to the bench looking to get stay out of foul trouble. Timeout taken by Roseburg. Let's go ahead and take a 30-second timeout here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
Back out of the break here at Roseburg High School. South Medford leading 19-14. They have corrected it on the scoreboard up there. 5:18 to go. Roseburg with the basketball out of the timeout. The first timeout here in the first half. On the bench, Ty Dolan has to take a seat with his 3 early fouls in this one. Friedenberg gets it out at the top, picks it up at the free throw line, gives it to Bentia, has it stripped out of his hands. Jackson Whelan on the breakaway, goes up with the right hand, and will lay it off the glass. Whelan now with 7 in the ballgame. On the other side, a shot off the mark for Bentia, quickly pulled down by South. They limit Roseburg. Stopping at the free throw line, out to the right side for a D, gives it up to Whelan. 21-14. It's been all South Medford here in the second quarter so far. Driving left side and goes right to the rim, does Jed Johnson for his first points of the night. And it's a 9-point lead now for South. They've outscored Roseburg 8-0 to start out this second quarter. Micah Mendoza tosses it out to Friedenberg. They'll work it around to the left side of the perimeter. Got to get Owen Bentia going. They've had a defender right on top of him. Friedenberg backs his way in. The baseline jumper from the left blocks for Friedenberg. And he stops the run at 8-0 there for South Medford. Whelan to the right side for Johnson. Pass up to Livedall, nearly tipped away by Roseburg. Stays with the Panthers. Dribbling left side. Whelan, pass it away. Tries to set up in the left blocks. He's held out by Friedenberg. As holding the basketball is Schuldberg. Down to 12 seconds on the shot clock. Gives it to Livedall on a handoff. Back to Schuldberg. To the left side, Livedall dribbles to the free throw line. Pass it away. Johnson drives, kicks into the corner, and it is a shot clock violation. Turnover by South Medford. Roseburg gets the stop. Michael Bosley will check in for Caden Luther for the Indians. Roseburg with Mendoza, Ash, Friedenberg, Bentia, and Bosley on the floor, trailing by 7. Vincent Ash dribbles right side. They work it out back around the perimeter to the left side. Pull up a long 2 for Mendoza off the mark. Long rebound tracked down in the corner by Schuldberg. Bit of a tough shooting quarter here for Roseburg. Into the right corner, Jed Johnson, an open look at a 3. Underneath, boxing out, Vincent Ash clears things for Friedenberg to get the rebound. He'll weave his way up the floor, toss into the corner, catch and shoot on the three. Bentia finally finds one go through. Need to get him going from behind the arc. He's cut it down to a 4-point game. Roseburg on a 5-0 run. On the right side, a D in the corner. Bounces it down to the right, blocks the Whelan in the lane. Turnaround jumper, splashes right through. And a timeout taken for Coach Whiteman. A run stopped there by South Medford. Back in front by 6. South Medford uses a timeout. Let's take a 30-second break as well on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
Second quarter action here from Roseburg High School. Tonight's game brought to you by Barnes Heating and Cooling, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com or call them at 541-459-1545. Roseburg trails by 6, 25-19 against South Medford, the defending conference champs. Hasn't necessarily been an offensive showcase for either of these two scoring teams. Julian Lopez tries to change my mind with a jumper in the middle of the lane. Makes it a 4-point game, 25-21. Lopez with 4 in the contest. Whelan, shimmy shake, goes right side, goes right to the rim, and he can finish as he creates his own shot. Makes it a 6-point ball game again, 27-21. Down to 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Lopez gets it out near the center circle. With a right-hand dribble, pass away left side of Bentia. Friedenberg comes to get it, pressure on him, tries to attack, picks it up the dribble on the right side of the lane, wants to bounce it through the defense for Lopez, and he stepped on the baseline as he went around. The defense for South Medford has been tight. Impressive. South Medford this season actually given up more points than they've scored. They give up an average of 64.2 and score an average of 62.8, but they're playing some tight defense here against Roseburg to start out conference play. Minute 40 to go in the first half. 6-point game in favor of South Medford. On the left wing, Schuldberg looking for the cutter, not there. His pass tipped. It'll go out of bounds to the far side. Stays with South Medford with 18 on the shot clock. It was a 1-point game at the end of the first quarter. It's a 6-point contest right now. Pass right side to Mills on the wing. Dumps it into the corner for Schuldberg. Working against Bentia. He'll dribble out to the top. Down to 4 seconds on the shot clock. A long 2. Airball picked up by Bentia. He brings it up the floor. He'll step into a 3. Back iron, no. Underneath, fight for the board. It's pulled in by a D. South Medford will have it with a minute to play in the first half. Whelan looking for a screen. Goes the opposite direction. Drives right side. Got hit as he got to the blocks, and he will head to the free throw line where Jackson Whelan is an 82% free throw shooter. 54.5 seconds to go here in the first half. Roseburg basketball this season here on the Score, brought to you by Palm Wealth Management, a member of D.A. Davidson & Company, member SIPC. Whelan last year had a 25-point game against Roseburg. Actually, sorry, he averaged. He had a 25-point game in the last game against Roseburg and the 2 games they played last year. He is a prolific scorer. Hit the first of his 2 free throws, and he'll make the second as well. His first trip to the line. Lay in from the left side, and a foul as well for Micah Mendoza on the other side. It cuts into the 8-point deficit, and he'll have a chance to do a little bit more as he goes to the free throw line. Mendoza, leading scorer for Roseburg so far in this one tonight, into double figures. His and one doesn't go through. He's missed his last 2 at the line. 6-point game, 45 seconds and counting. Whelan driving in, took the extra large jump step. Vincent Ash pulls down the rebound off the miss. 33 seconds. Roseburg could try and go for a 2-for-1 here. There's about 3-second difference on the clock if they can get a quick shot off, but they're not forcing the issue here. Looking to maybe hold long enough to get just the last shot up. Mendoza will get it to Vredenberg. Bentia gets it in the corner. Lopez catch and shoot three off the mark. Ash continues to be huge on the boards. Got the rebound. 10 seconds on the first half clock. And stepping on the baseline was Vredenberg. Loose ball got knocked to the corner. Vredenberg trying to save it back in. Stepped on the baseline and turned it over. 8.6 seconds to go. 7 seconds to half court. Up the left side to D. Bounce into the corner. A three by Johnson as the first half will run down. Jed Johnson hits the three, and he'll make it a 9-point lead for South Medford at the halftime break. We'll go ahead and take a 2-minute timeout as Roseburg trails at home against South Medford here on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
We would like to have the Elks National Hoop Shoot participants. The Hoop Shoot has been unleashing gritty kids for 51 years. The Elks
Back at the halftime break. Roseburg trailing against South Medford to begin conference play. 32-23 your score here at the break. Joey Keyran with you as we make our way through this halftime. We will recap the first half and take a look at scoring stats for you from the first half of tonight's contest. It was tight through the first quarter, neither team leading by more than 5 points. Roseburg went on a bit of a run to tie things up, and it was 15-14 at the end of one. But South Medford would go on an 8-0 run to start the second quarter. And that would give them a healthy lead. Roseburg would fight their way back, but they would trail by as many as 9 points in that second period. And that is where we're at here at the halftime break, as well as a strong finish to the first half. Gave South Medford a nice push to put them in front of Roseburg, 32-23. Roseburg's battled their way back, but they've put themselves in a little bit of a hole a couple of times in this one, and they'll have to try and find a way out of that. Foul trouble from the first half. Ty Dolan had 3 fouls. He was held scoreless in the first half of the ball game. We'll see how much he's able to play in the third quarter as they try to limit his exposure to foul trouble in the second half. Micah Mendoza led Roseburg at the free throw line. He shot all of their free throws as he went 5 for 7 at the stripe. In the first half of the ball game for South Medford, they were 4 for 4 at the free throw line. South Medford with 4 made three-pointers in the contest. Roseburg with just 2. We'll go ahead and take another 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll take a look at individual scoring from the first half of the contest. Don't go anywhere. More of the halftime break when we return after this 2-minute timeout on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
When the first Cascade branch opened in 1948, things were a lot different here. The fact they're still here says a lot about the way they do business.
Staying in business for 75 years requires the cooperation of generations. It's the desire to learn and grow with your community.
My account number is only 5 digits long. What that tells me is that this is a local credit union.
Cascade Community Credit Union would like to thank you for 75 years of growth and support here in Douglas County.
At the break, it is 32-23, South Medford in front of Roseburg. Let's take a look at individual stats from the first half of the matchup. First for the visiting South Medford Panthers, a game-high 13 points leading the way for Jackson Whelan. Finally got going in the second quarter with 8 points there. He leads the way for the Panthers, only player in double figures for South. Behind him, 7 points for Carter Mills, all of those coming in the first quarter. 5 points for Jed Johnson as he hit that three just before the halftime buzzer. 5 points in the first half for Cole Adee. And that is all of your scoring in the first half for the Panthers. For Roseburg, 10 points in the first half for Micah Mendoza as he went 5 for 7 at the free throw line. He's the only player in double figures for the Indians. 5 points for Owen Bentia. Then you had 4 points for Julian Lopez and 4 for Asher Vredenberg. Leading rebounder in the first half with 5, by my tally, is Vincent Ash. And Roseburg, let's see here, also with multiple rebounds in the first half, I had Asher Vredenberg with 2. We keep track of rebounds this season because of our Colorcraft in the Paint Rebound Leader Award. Colorcraft awarding the rebound leader for Roseburg with a $10 gift certificate to use at Java Run. Colorcraft is the only Benjamin Moore dealer in Douglas County, so if you're looking to get in the paint, if you get the A little bit of a pun there. You can expect perfect matches with Colorcraft and Benjamin Moore. Remember, Colorcraft is a paint store. They're not a paint department. Don't forget to stick with us for the postgame show when we name your Colorcraft in the paint rebound leader. We'll also have your Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game to announce in the postgame show. Mountain Mike's Pizza, the way it ought to be. Stop by to fill up after home games. They're at Mountain Mike's Pizza at the corner of Bellows and Harvard in Roseburg. A quick scoreboard check down in Medford at the half. The South Medford girls are leading Roseburg 46-13 in the first half of that Southwest Conference opener for the Roseburg and South Medford girls basketball teams. Well, coming up, Roseburg has Friday off this week, so they will not be back to action until next week when they continue on with their Southwest Conference season on the road at North Medford. Coming into tonight, the Southwest Conference non-conference standings. These are records based off of non-conference play. Roseburg was 7-3, one of only two Southwest Conference teams with a winning record in non-league play. Sheldon was the other team with a winning record in non-conference play. They were at 7-5. South Medford, Grants Pass, both at 6-6. South Eugene 5-7. North Medford 5-8, and Willamette 2-10 in non-conference play. All right, just about time to get the second half underway for us here from Robertson Memorial Gymnasium. Thanks so much, everybody, for tuning in and joining us for tonight's broadcast. If you're tuned in on the radio, listen to the game, and you're thinking to yourself, boy, I sure wouldn't mind watching this game, but I don't know if I can make it over to Roseburg High. Well, we've got you covered. We've got the live video stream going of tonight's broadcast. You can head to 541radio.com or visit our YouTube channel. That's 1490 The Score on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button and follow Roseburg High basketball throughout the rest of this winter sports season. It is all presented by the Cow Creek Tribe. 8 minutes on the board. South Medford will start with the basketball to begin the third quarter. They'll be moving left to right on your radio dial. Ty Dolan does start the third quarter out on the floor with his 3 fouls. With the basketball, Schuldberg tosses it right side to Dolan. Gets it into the corner to Whelan. Whelan drives baseline, Euro step around. He was short with the wraparound rebound, and who other than Vincent Ash for the board. He gets it up the floor quickly, deep 3 left side. Bentia off the mark underneath. Vincent Ash fighting for it, and it's last touch by South Medford. Roseburg has Julian Lopez, Owen Bentia, Vincent Ash, Micah Mendoza, and Asher Vredenberg in the game to start out the second half. Vredenberg gets it baseline, hangs in the air, threw it off the side of the backboard. Rebound tipped around, pulled in by South Medford. Bringing it up the floor quickly, harassed all the way. Jackson Whelan going to get fouled, and this one goes against Owen Bentia. I have it down as his first. Looks like it might be his second. Nope, it is his first. That was the other number 12 on the other side. So going to the line to shoot 2, Jackson Whelan. He was 2 for 2 in the first half. 82% free throw shooter, and he'll nail the first. Stretches it to its largest lead of the night for South Medford at 10. Second free throw coming. Right-handed shooter pushes it up and through. Makes it an 11-point game. Roseburg work to do here in the second half, trailing 34-23. Pass left side to Lopez. He'll drive baseline against Dolan, and he gets the reverse lay-in. That was pretty for Julian Lopez. He's got 6 in the contest. Crossover, right side, Whelan. Kicks into the corner to Johnson. He drives, kicks back out to Whelan. Dolan will come to get it out just to the right of the top of the key. Gives it away to Johnson, dribbles, nearly traveled, finds the bounce pass through the defense to Whelan, and he can't get it to go. Was looking for a foul call. Vredenberg got the rebound, race up the floor. Mendoza's pass through the defense, saved back in after it was stolen away by Whelan. Dolan will get it to Whelan up the floor. Crossover between the legs, stop in the lane, stuck, looking for help, will pass it away to Dolan. Dolan backing his way in against the much smaller Vincent Ash, and his turnaround jumper won't go, but heading to the free throw line will go Ty Dolan. Vincent Ash will pick up the foul, the second for Roseburg here in the third quarter. First for Vincent Ash. Ty Dolan, a 73% shooter at the stripe. And he makes the first for his first point of the game. Tonight's contest brought to you by Palm Wealth Management, a member of D.A. Davidson & Company, member SIPC. Dolan hits them both. Back out to an 11-point game. 36-25. Underneath, got free, but just got too far underneath the rim for Asher Vredenberg. Made a nice move to get there, but he got too far underneath. On the left side, Schuldberg drives baseline. He got free. His shot too strong. He tips it out, and it'll stay with South Medford. Kind of thought that Schuldberg got the hand on that one, but did not get that call for Roseburg. Timeout taken by Roseburg. Let's go ahead and use a 30-second timeout as well. It is 36-25, South Medford in front on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Thank you.
How should I be investing my money?
Plan for your future with confidence. At Palm Wealth Management, we'll help you see a clear path to financial peace of mind. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Mountain Mike's, pizza the way it ought to be.
11-point lead for South Medford. Out of the timeout, they'll have the basketball. They run the play for Ty Dolan, and he sneaks free on the right side of the baseline and lays it in to stretch it out to a 13-point lead for the Panthers. Micah Mendoza, right side, left-hand shot high off the glass, no underneath. Dolan with the rebound. Whelan will push it up the floor. One-hand push pass to the left side, a three off the iron, rebound tipped around, standing out of bounds. Dolan will give it back to Roseburg after the miss from the far side by a D. Roseburg work to do as we near the midway point of this third quarter, 5:22 and counting, trailing by 13. Vredenberg on the far side in the corner. Bentia comes out to get it. Work it around to the left side. Mendoza head fake, gets it to Ash. Calls out the play from the top. Dribbles right side, hands off. Lopez looks to attack. Crossover, spin move in the lane. Puts up the teardrop. Julian Lopez, 8 points in the night. Lopez trying to keep Roseburg in this one. Baseline for Whelan. Toss it out to the far corner. A D will give it away to Johnson. Johnson looking for somewhere to go with the basketball. Will get it to a D who comes to the top. Circles around the left side. Dolan gets it at the free throw line. Pass away into the corner. A three. Back iron, no. Vredenberg with the board. Will push the tempo up the floor. 1-on-3. Goes in to the defense and will get a blocking foul. I was worried about a charging foul there for Asher Vredenberg as he barreled his way into the South Medford players. But he gets the call. And shooter or no. Trying to tell whether or not that's the call. I believe the foul goes against Cole D for his first team foul against South Medford here in the third quarter. Non-shooter, so from the baseline, Vredenberg tosses it into Mendoza, hands it off to Lopez. Julian dribbles right side, pass it away. Vredenberg turns to face the basket, tries to back his way in, pass out to Lopez, catch and shoot, straightaway three, circles down. Lopez gets his first of the night, and he's cut it down to an 8-point game as he's got 7 in the second quarter. Make that the third quarter, 38-30. Nearing the midway point of this third quarter, Roseburg storming their way back. A wide open look at a three, a bit short. Underneath, Bentia tips away the rebound. And then South will get the steal, a wide open look underneath for Colby Schuldberg. Roseburg almost had the stop. 10-point game. Vincent Ash weaving his way through the middle. His shot was off, but it's tipped out by South Medford. And Vincent Ash has been doing the things that won't necessarily show up in the scorer's book. But he's rebounded well, and he's been fighting in the middle. Out for a three by Bentia. That's off the mark, and he just hasn't really been able to get the stroke going from long range. Rebound down to South Medford. Whelan pulls up just inside the free throw line for the long two-pointer, the mid-range, and it's out to a 12-point game. South Medford answers the run by Roseburg. Lopez tries to spin his way down the right side of the lane, taken away by the Panthers. And Whelan will get a whistle late after a miss. Vredenberg soars in and tried to swat away the shot. Makes too much contact with the body. Vredenberg will pick up the foul. Third against Roseburg here in the third quarter. Second foul against Vredenberg. And Jackson Whelan, he's got 4 in the quarter. Make it 5. Hits the first free throw. Back out to the largest lead at 13 for the Panthers. Jed Johnson will head to the bench as Cash Livedall will check in. Tonight's game brought to you by Flyaway Travel. When you get ready to take that dream trip, contact the travel experts at Travel Leader Flyaway Travel, 672-5701. Another 2 at the line for Jackson Whelan, and he makes it a 14-point game. 44-30. Roseburg had it down to an 8-point game. A 6-0 run here by South. A lob up over the top of the defense. Mendoza, his first attempt too strong, got his own rebound, and he gets the putback. 12-point ball game, 44-32. 3 minutes to play in the third. Whelan to Dolan in the corner. Got around the defense in the lane. Bit of an off-balance, awkward shot, but he knocks it down. Left side for Bentia, down to the baseline. Mendoza working against Whelan, had it knocked away across the baseline, stays with the Indians. 2:43 to go in the third. Vredenberg will inbound from the baseline, standing on the R in Roseburg. The first R. Jump stop. And a bucket for Owen Bentia. Count the bucket and the whistle. Kind of a quiet night tonight so far for Bentia, playing with that face mask for the first time this season. He's got 7, though. He'll look for the three-point play, and he hits it. So Roseburg gets it back to a 11-point ball game. Lob across the floor into the right corner for Mills. Working against Andy McCurdy, who is coming to the game for the first time. Swing player into the corner. Dolan a 3. No. Weak side rebound for South Medford. Livedall keeps the possession going. Whelan drives in. His shot halfway down before it kicks out. And now a whistle on Whelan as he tried to put pressure on Asher Vredenberg in the outlet. Jackson Whelan picks up his first, I believe. South will put some pressure on against Roseburg in the backcourt. Lopez to Ash on the right side, drives into the corner, tries to enter it in underneath, and it's a kick ball. Defense got a foot on that one. They'll reset at the baseline. Vredenberg lobs out to the top for Mendoza. Mendoza fires it right back to Asher. Asher underneath will finish it. Asher Vredenberg gets his first points of the second half. Makes it a 9-point game, 46-37. Dump underneath. The shot blocked by Mendoza. It goes right back to South, and they will get the bucket. Mendoza with a great defensive play, but the redirection went right back to Carter Mills, who got the jumper from mid-range. And he gets the 2 points for South Medford, 48-37. Ash gets it at the free throw line, hands it off to Mendoza, cut off by Whelan, tries to back his way in the lane, goes up with the left hand, banks it in, and gets the whistle. And Roseburg not going quietly. They got a lot of work to do here, but they're fighting their way back, trying to keep it at single digits here as the third quarter is winding down. Micah Mendoza at the free throw line. He's got 14 in the ballgame now, and he'll make it 15. Hits the and one, 48-40. Roseburg's been keeping it down to single digits, looking for the baseline cutter, and a whistle against Vincent Ash. Vincent will pick up his second. As Dolan trying to feed Carter Mills cutting along the baseline, and Ash just got in there and knocked him over, according to the official. Baseline, they find the weak side man high off the glass. Cash Livedall gets his first points of the game. Back to a 10-point lead. Lopez pulls up for the three from the left side, splashes in. Julian Lopez having a night. Makes it a 7-point game. Whelan lost the handle, gets it away to Mills. Mills on the right wing, backs it out, down to 37 seconds to go in the third quarter. Time on the shot clock, about 13-second difference. Livedall got around, tosses into the corner. Mills a three. He buries it. His second of the game. 10-point game. Mendoza has it. 20 seconds left side. Shot clock turned off. Micah will dribble it out to the center circle, holding for the final shot of the first half. Make that of the third quarter. Down by 10. Micah, 4 seconds, 3 seconds. He'll pull up for the three. It's short. Rebound down to Whelan. And we will head to the fourth quarter. Roseburg down by 10. 53-43, your score after 3 quarters of play. We'll come back after a 1-minute break here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Thank you.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Back here at Roseburg High School, we go to the fourth quarter with Roseburg trailing by 10, 53-43. They've got a lot of work to do to try and avoid losing their conference opener here tonight. It'll be Roseburg basketball to start out the fourth period. Micah Mendoza in the corner. McCurdy gets it. They whip it around the perimeter. Left side. Lopez hands it back to Vredenberg. He drives in. Baseline runner, and Asher Vredenberg will start out the fourth quarter for Roseburg to get it back down to single digits, 53-45. Ty Dolan out there. He's avoided picking up his fourth foul in this second half after getting 3 in the first half. In the corner, Livedall's going to launch a three, and he drains it. And it's back to an 11-point game. It's been as much as a 14-point lead for South Medford. Trying to answer Lopez from the right side. His shot, no, and a whistle on Livedall on the rebound. So Roseburg will keep the possession. Vincent Ash comes out of the game, so does Julian Lopez. Caden Luther into the game, and also in was Owen Bentia, but a timeout taken by South Medford. We'll go ahead and take the timeout as well. Let's go ahead and use a 30-second break here, and back after this on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Remember the good old days? When you didn't have to make an appointment or wait in line for an hour just to talk to your teller. When businesses were local and gave back to the community. At Cascade Community Credit Union, there are some things will never change. We're the only credit union or bank headquartered in Douglas County, and making our members a priority has always been our priority. For easy and simplified banking, visit CCCU. No appointment, just come on in.
Fourth quarter action here at Roseburg High. The Indians trying to come back from a double-digit deficit, but every time they make a run, South Medford's there to hit another big shot, stretch it back out to double digits. Tonight's game brought to you by Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces in the area. Inbound, taken away on the inbound play by South Medford, and Roseburg turns it over right away. Whelan will bring it up the floor. He stops on the right block, nearly had it taken away, hanging on to it. Will toss out to the top. A three by Mills. Clanks off the back of the iron. Friedenberg there to collect it. He'll bring it into the front court. 1 minute away here in this fourth quarter. Baseline pass underneath. Micah Mendoza, 4-2 with the wraparound. Roseburg back within 9, 56-47, a three from the left side, no. McCurdy chases down the board. And his outlet pass nearly taken away, but Livedall dribbles it off the sideline just at midcourt. Far side of the floor in front of the Roseburg student section. 6:33 to go. Lob it into Mendoza. 9-point game. Now's the time for the Tribe if they want to get this one back close to close out this ball game. Enter it down to McCurdy. He'll pump fake. He got hit from the backside by Mills. McCurdy, the JV swing player, been getting some minutes here in the last couple of weeks over the holiday break. Started to get some more action at the varsity level. McCurdy doesn't do a lot of scoring, but he helps give some minutes, get some rebounds, and provides a big body out there. Roseburg doesn't have a lot of those. Inbound. Goes underneath, tipped away by Dolan, and it stays in bounds, and South Medford gets the steal. Whelan will bring it up the floor to the right side. Looks for the cutter, fakes the pass, launches a three. It's halfway down before it kicks out. Bentia pulls it in. Up the floor to Mendoza. He wants to attack, goes right side, ran into a cluster of players, both offense and defense there. Had some teammates in his way, and Mendoza gets whistled for the travel. Turns it over, 2 minutes away in this fourth quarter. Dolan gets it on the left side. It's been a bit of a quiet night for him, but he's picking it up here in the second half, and that will add to it as he drains a corner three just with a quick trigger. And that might have been a big bucket for South Medford as they lead by 12. Looks for the cutter. Mendoza almost got it knocked away. He puts up a shot and draws a whistle. Owen Bentia tried to just thread the needle to get it to Mendoza, and it just barely got clipped by a Panthers player. That forced Mendoza to bobble it a bit. He collected it way underneath the basket. Defense had caught up, and he put up a shot, but gets hit as he does so. He'll go to the free throw line. That was the fourth foul on Ty Dolan. First free throw off the left hand of Micah Mendoza drops in. Tonight's contest brought to you by More Well Drilling, specializing in residential well drilling and available for commercial projects too. Call them at 541-580-5660 for a free estimate. Both free throws go down for Mendoza. Roseburg back within 10. Whelan tries to answer, and he just buries a mid-range jumper right in the middle of the lane for two. Just makes it look too easy. 61-49. Friedenberg across the timeline. Pass away left side to McCurdy. Bounce it away to Mendoza. Trying to back his way in. Spin move to his left. Count the bucket as he goes back to the free throw line. So Roseburg continues to try and put the pressure on, but they're still down by 10. 21 points in the ballgame for Mendoza. He's got 6 so far here in the fourth. They'll head to the line for the and one. The lefty gets the friendly roll off the front of the iron. 9-point game, 61-52. Time running out on Roseburg as we reach the 5-minute mark in the fourth quarter. On the right side, Schuldberg with it. Into the corner for Jed Johnson. To Dolan. He looks for the baseline cutter, and it got knocked away at the last minute. Shot off the mark. Bentia with the board. Push it up the floor. Gets to Bentia. Mendoza in the right corner. Roseburg will have to reset. They tried to push the tempo. South Medford recovered. McCurdy, baseline jumper for the lefty, no. And the rebound pulled down by Whelan. He'll push it up the floor. 3-on-2, had it smacked away from behind by McCurdy. Big defense there for Andy McCurdy. Off the bench, Mendoza out at the top, couple of crossover dribbles. Bounce it away to on the right wing. Owen out to Vredenberg at the top. Time is winding down near the midway point of this fourth quarter. Roseburg down by 9. Enter it into McCurdy again. Lost the handle, working against Dolan. Puts up a shot, no, underneath. Luther fighting, the ball tipped around. It's knocked out, and it'll stay with South Medford. Knocked out towards midcourt. They are asking a lot out of Andy McCurdy here, the swing player off the bench. McCurdy, just a sophomore, getting some big minutes here late and getting in on the offensive action. 9-point game, 4 minutes to play in the contest. Conference opener between Roseburg and South Medford. Into the corner, Jed Johnson, a rainbow three, rattles through. He hits his second. Johnson with 8 in the contest, and he makes it a 12-point game. 3:50 to go on the night. Timeout taken by South Medford. It's a full timeout. We'll go ahead and use our final break here in the contest, a 30-second timeout. We come back to wrap up this one here tonight. From Stuart W. Robertson Memorial Gymnasium, Roseburg trails 64-52 against South Medford on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM at 1490 AM.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
Well, taking a look at the scores from around the county, Douglas boys basketball picking up a big win tonight, 76-22 against Coquille. The Douglas Trojans boys basketball team has been out to a strong start. Sutherland basketball on I-101 FM tonight. They're out at Glide taking on the Wildcats. 3:48 and counting. It's a 12-point game after the 3 by Jed Johnson for South Medford. Roseburg trailing. Out to the top, a 3 by Vredenberg. Off the mark, McCurdy almost had the board, but it rattles off his hand and pulled down by South. Whelan attacking, goes into the middle, throws up a shot, draws a whistle. Call that against McCurdy. And that'll send Jackson Whelan to the line, where tonight he is 6 for 6 so far. He's got 21 in the ball game. 22. Whelan and Mendoza going back and forth for the leading scorer title in the contest. Caden Luther will check out of the ball game as Julian Lopez comes back in. Roseburg with 4 3-pointers in this one. They have just not hit as many as they would like, I think, there. But I think South Medford's done a nice job of forcing them off the 3-point line. Both free throws go through for Whelan. Driving in from the right side, Mendoza shot off the mark, rebound pulled in by Schuldberg, and South will have the possession. Dolan gets it out, no look pass to the right side into the corner for Johnson. South will reset in the half court. Whelan, the runner, pushes it up and drops the shot in. 16-point lead, largest of the night for the Panthers. Into the corner. Bentia looking for the cutter, not there. Lopez will bounce it off to McCurdy, gets it back. Looking to drive against Dolan, and he had it stripped away from him. It was Jed Johnson coming up with the play. Dolan drives it up the far side, hands it off to Whelan. He circles around and finds the open man underneath. It's Jed Johnson, and South Medford pulling away in this one. 70-52. Lopez. Baseline, pounces it out. Bentia launches a 3. He splashes it in. Little, too late. 70-55. 2:20 to go. It would be a mad dash to come back in this one now for Roseburg. They let Medford go on a run there. Pulling it out, a D. Gets it to Whelan. Whelan with Vredenberg on him. Down to 2 minutes to play. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Whelan stuck at the left elbow. Couple of spin moves. He can't get out of the lane in time. Turns it over on the 3-second count. Minute 52 to play. Roseburg trailing by 15. Handoff to Vredenberg, backs his way in. Help defense came, knocked it away. Lopez gets it back though. Bentia in the corner is 3, no. McCurdy fighting for it, tipped out. Last touch by the Indians. Back into the game will come Carter Mills. Checks in for Colby Schuldberg. Mills is a freshman. Nice night for him. Double figures. He's got 12. Dolan will bring it up the floor. The senior stops at the left elbow. Pass across the floor to Mills. Draws it out into the corner for a D. Ball tipped up. It'll go into the backcourt. Tracking it down was Whelan. Ball tipped into the backcourt. No over and back. Down to a minute 15 to go in the contest. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Whelan will get it out at the top. Crossover. Looked at a straightaway 3. Tried to feed it to the middle. The ball was taken away by Roseburg, and Whelan will commit the foul. That'll go against Whelan. I have it down for his second. And it might just put Roseburg into the bonus. Yeah, I think it does. That'll be helpful. Roseburg will have free throws from here on out. Andy McCurdy will get a chance to shoot from the free throw line. I don't know if he has taken a free throw shot this season. He's a left-handed shooter. And he will get the front end of it. Final from Clyde High School. The Wildcats beat the Sutherland boys 41-34 in that game on I-101 FM. Dan Bain with the call there. I have the girls game going on about now. Second free throw is good. McCurdy hits them both. Roseburg pressing in the backcourt. They will commit the foul. McCurdy will foul Colby Schuldberg, who's just a 29% free throw shooter, so you'd like to put him at the line if you could. Roseburg's got to commit quite a more to get to the free throw portion of the penalty. There's only 2 fouls committed, and Roseburg will commit the foul before Ty Dolan can escape for a tomahawk jam. They call that foul against Bentia, picking up his third. Roseburg still needs to commit 2 more fouls. They get it to Whelan. He gets fouled in the act of shooting, so he'll get 2, and McCurdy pick up his third. Roseburg wanted to foul earlier before they got somebody into the act of shooting. I think they wanted to foul Ty Dolan, but let him pass the ball away. Whelan will go to the line where he is perfect. 8 for 8 at the stripe here tonight. Tonight's contest brought to you by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop. And don't forget the live video stream online at 541radio.com and on our YouTube channel, 1490 The Score. It's brought to you by the Cow Creek Tribe. Looked like we had a nice audience joining us tonight on the video stream, so thanks everybody for tuning in and joining us there. Second free throw goes through for Jackson Whelan, and he makes it a 72-57 ball game. Back to a 15-point lead for the Panthers, and Roseburg will use the timeout. We'll keep it right here for the final 55.9 seconds of the contest. Roseburg basketball this season brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. Well, South Medford has been able to answer every one of Roseburg's attempts to keep this game within reach. And the Panthers look like they'll be heading to 1-0 in conference play. And Roseburg likely going to see their 5-game win streak come to an end with the loss against South Medford here tonight. That will stretch their losing streak against South Medford to 10 games. Last time Roseburg won against the Panthers was 2019. So, unfortunately for Roseburg, this struggles against South Medford will continue, it looks like. See if they can steal one down at their place coming up later in the season. Ball rolls in. Mendoza will pick it up on the right side of the floor. Vredenberg with it. Time is running down on him. And McCurdy gets it in the right block, and he'll get his first field goal tonight. He's got 4 in the fourth quarter. And Roseburg will commit the foul, and now we are 2 free throws. It's going to send Carter Mills to the free throw line here as we'll slow things down. Going to be a 2-shot foul. They're all 2-shot fouls now unless it's an and one. No more 1-and-1s in high school hoops. Mills will go to the line. He's a 77% free throw shooter. The freshman has not gone to the free throw stripe here tonight, but he flushes through the first. The foul was on Owen Bentia, picking up his 4th. Second free throw coming up. And it rims out. Right rebound down to McCurdy. 3 from the left side. Bentia just a bit short off the left iron, and a foul underneath as Cash Livedall gets the rebound and will walk the other direction. He'll get his first free throws of the night. That is the second foul on Julian Lopez. Livedall has either not shot free throws so far this season or he hasn't made any. He makes that one there, so he has now made a free throw this year. South Medford stretches it to a 15-point lead, and they had one of the officials at the scorer's table checking on something. But he continues to give a thumbs-up signal. So Livedall will get his second free throw here. It's off the back of the iron. Long rebound, pulled down by Dolan. And Roseburg will be forced to foul. The senior, Ty Dolan, will head to the line for a second time. It's been a fairly quiet night for him. He's got 9 points, looking to get to double digits. Dolan will look to try and stretch this. The largest lead has been 18. He hits the front end and makes it a 16-point lead. Timeout taken by Roseburg. 30.9 seconds to go in the contest, and it looks as if South Medford is going to win this one, but Roseburg will continue to play it out here tonight. Roseburg will have, I called that against Roseburg, but scoreboard still says 3 timeouts left for Roseburg, only 1 for South Medford. That doesn't quite feel accurate to me. South Medford going to get a big win here, and you knew they were not what their record showed. They were 6-6 coming into the contest, and you figured they were a little bit better than that at least. They've got great talent on the roster, and I don't know if there's just, it's the bugaboo. It's kind of like Sheldon in football. You know, when you're going up against them, you're going up against one of the best teams in the conference, and there's just that kind of persona that you've got to overcome on top of trying to overcome a talented team on the other side. So we'll see if Roseburg's able to kind of put this behind them and build off of it as we go through the rest of the season. Dolan will hit them both. Makes it 76-59. Right side, Roseburg, 25 seconds. Baseline jumper, too strong for Mendoza. Rebound pulled down, and McCurdy will commit the foul as we will walk the other direction once again. Final, Oakland getting a win over Waldport, 64-40 in boys basketball tonight. The Oakland boys have been off to a strong season this year once again. Joseph Fusco out there. He's been a bright star for them for a couple of years. First free throw at the line for Colby Schuldberg. He hits. South Medford's been good at the free throw line tonight. Only 2 misses. And it'll stay that way as Schuldberg hits them both. 78-59, Mendoza racing up the floor, gets to the rim, it falls just short. Rebound pulled down by South Medford. Roseburg trying to foul, now will with 10.5 seconds to go. It's going to go against Julian Lopez. 78 points, a new high point mark allowed by Roseburg. Previous was 67. Roseburg with 59 points does have enough to surpass their season low of 49. Cash Livedall will miss the front end of his 2 free throws. Make sure you stick around for the postgame show. We'll recap with stats and name your Mountain Mike's Pizza Player of the Game and award tonight's In the Paint rebound leader, brought to you by Colorcraft. 79-59, 20-point game, largest margin for South Medford. Owen Bentia gets it, rolling to the basket. He'll hit the runner, a teardrop for Bentia, and the game will come to an end. South Medford will pick up a 79-61 victory on top of Roseburg here tonight. 18-point game is the final margin, and Roseburg will try to regroup. They've got plenty of time to do it before they make the trip to North Medford coming up next Tuesday. We'll go ahead and take a 2-minute timeout. We'll come back with the postgame show for you as Roseburg falls. Their 5-game winning streak comes to an end tonight against the South Medford Panthers. Back after this 2-minute timeout on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
Back here at Roseburg High School, where we start out Southwest Conference play with a 79-61 final score in favor of the visiting South Medford Panthers. Joey Keyran here with you. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in for tonight's broadcast in the video stream online, brought to you by the Cow Creek Tribe. Roseburg just found themselves putting themselves in too many spots where they couldn't quite put it all together, unfortunately, here tonight. So we'll see if they can regroup and learn some stuff off of this one here this evening. Joining us here in the post-game show is head coach of the Roseburg Indians, Jordan Humphreys here. Coach, tough one here tonight. I was just saying it felt like the team, a few too many kind of self-inflicted mistakes and kind of mishaps tonight for you guys. And South Medford, credit to them, every time you guys made a run to get it back to single digits, they had an answer to be able to get it back up to double digits against you here tonight.
And that answer was pretty much Jackson Wheeland.
Yeah, I mean, he can definitely do a lot of things for you.
He either makes a play or goes and gets one for somebody else, and he's a good player, and we had trouble defending him tonight.
What was kind of the message to the team when you guys wrapped it up here real quick? Or I'm not sure if you've talked to them yet. I know they like to get out there and say hi to the friends and family that made the trip out here to root them on tonight. But what's kind of the message to the team after this one here this evening?
Definitely feel like it was winnable. We missed a lot of lay-ins inside, a lot of sloppy ones. If we get those back, especially early on, then we're going to be in a much better spot and able to put a little bit more pressure on them. Like you said, every time we cut it to single digits, they had an answer, and we just couldn't get a stop, or we'd give up an extra offensive board, and just not being disciplined for every possession. And if you're not disciplined every possession, then good teams are going to take advantage of those ones you own, and they did that.
It seemed like, I know you guys are very open to shooting three-pointers, but it seemed like there might have been an emphasis on trying to attack the paint a little bit more. I know Ty Dolan is a guy down there that is a tough one to go against at his size. But you guys got him into foul trouble. Was that a point of emphasis for you guys to try and attack the middle and maybe see if you could get him into foul trouble and off the floor?
Yeah, it definitely is. I mean, we want to try and go with the guys. I don't think we necessarily planned that tonight, but he got in foul trouble. We recognized it, and we said in a timeout, we said, hey, he's got two. Let's go at him and see if we can get a third one. That's kind of always our mentality, no matter who it is. Or if we think we got a mismatch somewhere, we're going to try to get him in foul trouble. And helped in the first half. We just weren't able to take advantage of it enough. They had some other guys step up and hit some big shots. And, when they got guys that everybody knows are great players, then we're going to focus on taking those guys away, and those other role players hit some big shots. I don't know what they shot from the three-point line, but it was pretty good. And it wasn't Jackson or Ty, because I don't think Jackson made or took very many. He was getting to the rack and kicking out.
Yeah, I had him down for just the one three-pointer on the night, but you guys, speaking of guys that are kind of role players, Vincent Ash has been in the starting lineup the last couple of games, at least that I've been here, and tonight I thought he did a really nice job on the glass. I had him down as your rebound leader tonight, doing some of the things that won't always show up in the score box. And Andy McCurdy, another guy that you had off the bench that played some nice minutes for you late. Kind of some of those small things, some of the role players, are you guys starting to see some of those guys kind of establish some of their kind of characteristics and responsibilities for you as the season is getting into conference play?
A little bit. Those guys are still kind of trying to figure out their own spots and, battle every game and every practice. Andy's kind of been working himself into some more minutes, and as you can see out there, he plays hard, and he's big and physical and strong, and the more minutes he gets, then the better he's going to help us. Those other guys are doing some things well that we're asking, and they're just fighting every day for minutes.
Yeah, for sure. Well, it's not the result you wanted here tonight, but we talked about it in the pregame show that there's always stuff to work on, and you guys got a week to do it now, and I'm sure you're excited to get back to practice. I don't know if the players are always excited about it, but I'm sure you're excited to get back to practice and try to address some of the things you saw here tonight.
Yeah, definitely a lot of little things that we can clean up so that, like we said, we're disciplined on every possession and not giving them extra ones and taking care of business and maybe finishing some lay-ins on the other end.
All right, Coach, appreciate the time here in the postgame, and we'll talk to you next week.
Yep.
That is Coach Jordan Humphreys joining us here in the postgame show here tonight as the band will play us out here this evening. Take a quick look at scoring numbers that I had from this one here tonight. These are unofficial. We'll get it all confirmed here once we go off the air, but I haven't had a chance to run through the math, so we'll just go with it. 27 points, a game high for Jackson Wheelan. Had him down for, let's see, he would be 10 for 10 at the free throw line in this one here tonight. 27 for Wheelan, the senior. 11 points for Ty Dolan, and 13 points for Carter Mills, and 10 points for Jed Johnson. He also had 7 for Cash Livedall, 6 for Colby Schuldberg, and 5 for Cole Adee. On the other side for Roseburg, 22 points for Micah Mendoza here tonight, 14 for Julian Lopez, which was a nice night for that senior. 13 points for Owen Bentia, 5 in the fourth quarter, got him over double figures. 4 points off the bench for Andy McCurdy here tonight, 8 for Asher Vredenberg, and that is your scoring this evening for the Roseburg boys. Rebound leader tonight, I've got it down as Vincent Ash with 6 in the ball game here this evening. That would make Vincent your Colorcraft in the paint rebound leader here tonight. He'll receive a $10 gift card from Java Run. Colorcraft, our in the paint rebound leader sponsor. When you're ready to get in the paint, you can expect perfect matches with Colorcraft and Benjamin Moore. Remember, Colorcraft is a paint store, not a paint department. Tonight's Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game is going to be Julian Lopez. Julian finishing with 14 points here tonight, hit some big shots, had 10 points in the third quarter as Roseburg was trying to make up the difference in this ball game. Unfortunately, as we mentioned, every time they went on a run, South Medford had an answer. But Julian Lopez with 14 points here tonight, he's going to be your Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game for Roseburg. And don't forget, you can stop by Mountain Mike's Pizza on your way home from work, right there at the corner of Bellows and Harvard in Roseburg. All right, it's time to wrap things up for us here tonight from Roseburg High School, where the Indians fall 79-61 against South Medford. The Panthers will be hosting Sheldon for their next game. That'll be coming up this Friday. Let me double-check on the date on that one. South Medford, I think they were moving some things around because of expected weather. Yeah, they're going to play on Thursday against Sheldon there in Medford. For the next game for the South Medford Panthers. For Roseburg, their next game's not until next Tuesday when they're on the road at North Medford High School. As we wrap things up here tonight, I want to say thanks to the South Medford Panthers for making the trek up here tonight. Travel home safe here this evening, as we do understand that things might be getting a little bit dicey going over the passes heading back home here tonight. I want to say thanks to Athletic Director Adam Blue, Head Coach Jordan Humphreys, and the entire Roseburg boys basketball program for allowing us to bring you another season of Roseburg basketball here on The Score. I want to say thanks to Connor McLean back in the studio for the radio production here tonight. Thanks to Angela Keyrant for help with the video production here this evening. And as always, a thanks to you, the fan, for tuning in for tonight's broadcast, because, of course, without you, I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. I'm Joey Keyrant. We'll catch up with you in a week when Roseburg heads to North Medford to take on the Black Tornado. That is a 6:45 tip-off time. That means our broadcast will start at 6:30. You can catch Roseburg boys basketball right here on 541radio.com, where the video stream is brought to you by the Cow Creek Tribe, or catch the action on Douglas County's home for sports, The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.